Hi everybody, and welcome again to ZCodeSystem. Here we developed automated systems to help you make your picks. Before we get into the NBA playoff action for April the 21st, I want to invite you to join. You will have access to the VIP club section. And you see all these tabs here? All these tabs here will help you be more successful in making your picks. Okay, so we're going to take a look at these games in the NBA. We have the Detroit Pistons at the New York Knicks. The Knicks come in as the number 3 seed, and the Pistons are the number 6 seed. The Knicks came in with a regular season record of 51-31, and they were 27-14 at home. The Pistons had a 44-38 record in the regular season and 22-19 on the road. You see that the Pistons are ice cold down. They lost their last 2 coming into the playoffs, and they're just 2-4 over the last 6. While the Knicks are average status, they broke a 3-game losing streak with a win in the regular season finale against Brooklyn. If you look at the over/under, you can see the teams involved in games over the line in 5 out of the last 12, over in the last 2 for Detroit, and 1 out of the last 2 for the Knicks. The score prediction is for the Knicks to win by a 115-108 margin, but the confidence in the prediction you see here is still rather low at 39.3%. If we take a look on the power ranks, the Knicks had a little upward trend at the last part of the year, going from plus 15 to plus 19, while Detroit is at plus 13 after a slight climb over the last 6 days from 12 to 13. In the head-to-head matchup, you see the teams met 4 times during the regular season, Detroit winning 3 out of the 4, and they won 2 in New York as road underdogs, and heavy road underdogs in that matter. And you see, as far as any kind of blowouts, the only blowout really was a 128-98 win by the Knicks way back on November 1st, and the other games were under 10 points, with the January 13th meeting a 5-point margin. If you take a look at the stability factor, how consistent are the teams? You see that the Knicks are extremely consistent with regard to their favorite underdog status, sitting here at plus 39, while Detroit is at plus 19. The other thing we want to look at is the scoring differential edge. Both teams are positive in that regard, slightly positive, but still positive nevertheless. Here's the thing with this matchup. I think that this series goes back to Detroit all square 1-1. So the pick depends on what happens in game 1. If Detroit wins game 1, I like New York. If New York wins game 1, I like Detroit. In either event, I am going to think it's going to be a tight game, but I'm going to avoid the over/under bet. Okay, in the Western Conference game, this would be a game 2 Western Conference battle in the first round, the Clippers and the Nuggets. And the Western Conference was very tight this year. The number 2 through number 6 seeds were just separated by 3 games. And in fact, 3 teams had identical records, and these are 2 of them. The Nuggets and the Clippers both had 50-32 regular season records. The big difference here is that Denver was a very solid 26-15 at home, while the Clippers were only 20-21 on the road. They had a nearly identical point differential margin of plus 4.7 to plus 3.9 in favor of the Clippers. If you take a look here, both teams come in burning hot. The Clippers wins over the last 6 and 9-1 over the last 10, while the Nuggets are burning hot also with 3 consecutive wins to end the season after 3 losses previous to that. When we take a look at the over/under streak, you see that in the last 12 games combined, over in 7 out of the last 12, and the Clippers over in 4 out of the last 5, and the Nuggets over in 3 out of the last 4. This leads to a score prediction of 120-110 in favor of the Nuggets, and the confidence in the prediction is sitting at 69%. If we take a look at the power ranks, you can see like a step climb here for the Clippers up to plus 28, and they were at plus 21 back on April 5th, and Denver was at a low of plus 15 back on April 9th, and they have steadily increased since then, and they are at plus 25. If you look at the head-to-head matchup, you can see Denver won 2 and the Clippers won 2 during the regular season. The interesting thing here is in the Clippers' 2 wins, 1 on the road and 1 at home, they were by small margins of 4 and 5 points. But look at the Denver wins at home. Huge blowout wins by 22 points and by 23 points, showing the strength of Denver at home and the Clippers' road woes. If we take a look at the volatility oscillator, the consistency factor, both teams are pretty stable. Plus 32 for the Clippers, plus 24 for Denver. You see Denver not as consistent over the last, say, about month and a half. You see back on March the 7th, they were at plus 25. Actually, that's March 9th, plus 25. And now they're at plus 24. So really over the last month and a half, not very consistent with regard to their favorite underdog status. But in the end, I don't think this is going to matter. I think no matter what happens in game 1 in this series, this is going to be a Denver win in game 2. They have just owned the Clippers in Denver. So I like Denver by double digits in a game over the line. So there you have it. Those are the 2 games for the NBA for April the 21st. Happy betting and see you again next time.